Let's dive into the draft a little bit because these guys have been. This is
Well,
going to be a top 5.
yeah, it's
even
one of those.
more-
It's one of those classes that you'll remember for the next decade for sure. You know, when you look at the top with Peterson, Boozer,
Can we
Dybantsa,
get some player comps for some of these guys?
Mikael
from you?
Brown. Okay, yeah. Dybantsa. Let's start with Dybantsa. Dybantsa reminds me a mix of. I'll go ceiling though. I see T-Mac. Yeah. I'll just keep it.
But I would say out of the main maybe 4 or 5 guys in this draft, he's the one I'm maybe lowest on, only because it looks like he's just more athletic, faster, and kind of just is a bucket. Like,
Who?
I hope Dybantsa. I just hope that translates to the league. It just
will.
seems like he's kind of like a guy that's out there just like, I don't know. So far, I know BYU usually plays like in the beginning of the year. You're playing bad teams. It looks like a little bit more like pickup. Like he's just out there hooping and being better than everyone. But he's just kind of always done that. In high school, he just looked like he shouldn't have been there.
So that's where people
I just
wonder.
want to see him in the league do it, I guess.
Like, yeah, we'll see. You know, is it going to be Ace Bailey? You know what I mean? Like Ace Bailey still, we don't know yet. He's talented.
Had a nice little reverse the other night. I was
The little two-hand. He's very talented. We still don't know what he's going to be. Could that be AJ? No, I think AJ's a little bit more polished. I do. Yeah. I think just the way he moves his body, the way he's able to get in the paint and score, I think he'll come in the league right away and put up numbers. I get what you're saying, though. It does look like that. He plays it.
But then again, like if someone like you said, he was number 1 in high school, this good in college, like maybe it's just all right there for you.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could
You
be.
don't-
The
you don't
writing's on the wall.
Underthink it. Yeah, you don't have to overthink it.
So I'll put McGrady up there. I'm going
Yeah.
high. I see McGrady possibilities with him. When we talk about 6'7", 6'8", capability to move the ball, handle the ball like he can. Jump shot needs to improve. But T-Mac didn't have that jumper coming out either. People remember him in Toronto. He was just an athlete. That jumper didn't really start to come into full fleet till he got to Orlando. So it takes time. I see that with AJ. Cameron Boozer's a workhorse with a motor. I see if he can improve his jump shot. Like he reminds me of Kevin Love. He just gets rebounds.
Are we
numbers.
talking Kevin Love? So he has 2 different careers.
I'm talking about Minnesota
Tim-
Kevin. I'm talking about Minnesota Kevin before he became like an elite jump shooter.
Yeah.
He just was in that paint dominating with a motor on him. Cameron doesn't have a 40-inch vertical, but he gets 20 rebounds. Kevin Love could jump over a couple textbooks, and that's it. Would lead the league in rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Like,
of course.
Workhorse, down there scoring. He reminds me of Kevin Love. Kevin Love was a beast.
Yeah, and Kevin Love had the outlet pass thing where he was.
He looks like an Abercrombie model now. But when he played in Minnesota, he was like this heavy set, just bulldog down there in the paint, holding it down. Then he started getting that jumper going, and he's like, he can do the inside, outside. He was a monster. I see that with Cameron. With a motor. Like, he had a motor, too. Kevin had a motor. So that's what I see with Cameron. Yeah. He's more athletic than Kevin, but Kevin could shoot better. So they both have their strengths. But I see that type of cloth with him. Because people like Duncan, Duncan's post game was a little different. I don't know.
There's some guys it's going to be hard to compare. Like they don't really cross over. Like there's no Tim Duncans in this generation.
Yeah, I don't
There's
see
no
that. I don't see
Shaqs
that.
in this
Yeah, I
generation.
don't
There's no,
see
like,
that.
certain guys
there's no Shaqs, but
you know what I mean. Though there's just no like. It's hard to. It's
Tim Duncan.
We're not
would
throwing
be,
around a Tim Duncan comparison.
Yeah, like I'm not top 5 power forward of all time, top 5 player of all time. Tim Duncan's close to being Rushmore, guys. If you have a hard time, I'm not gonna be in here talking about this guy's Magic Johnson. You're not gonna hear me say that.
Right.
You know, I'm not giving a guy Steph Curry. I won't do it.
Yeah.
Except Pajemski apparently said. Did you see that quote?
There's a couple. He's
said-
the most irrationally confident human being. He said if he played baseball, he would have been Ohtani. He's like, I could have pitched.
Yeah, he said.
I was like, yeah, you should have done that then, bro. He made $700 million. Like, what are we doing? That's crazy. And then he said he hopes, Steph passes the torch to him?
Yeah, bro. It's like Pajemski, dog. You're lucky you're in the rotation. Respectfully, you're lucky you're in the rotation.
Some crazy quotes.
You,
But I have a question. When Ant says stuff like that, how can we love it?
because Ant's good.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I know. I'm just.
What are you talking about when Ant says something like
trying
that? Yeah.
My job on this pod is to be devil's advocate. I'm trying to do the other side of it.
Like Allen Iverson could talk about missing practice because he plays his ass off every game. He's MVP of the NBA.
Yeah.
You don't get to do that. You're not him. Talk about passing the torch. Torch to who?
Yeah.
The f are you talking about? This kid is. Well, I'm gonna be nice. Anyways, let's get back to it. Mikael Brown. I see Mikael. We'll start with Darryn Peterson first. Darryn Peterson reminds me of Gilbert Arenas. Prime Gilbert Arenas. I know his
Is
ceiling.
the shot there? Because Gilbert.
Not yet. Gilbert could shoot from the parking lot.
Yeah.
But prime Gilbert Arenas, he reminds me of Darryn Peterson. He just does. Now, I think his potential is much higher. I mean, you got guys like Bill Self, like, this is the most talented freshman I've ever coached in my life. That's a hell of a thing to say. Bill Self's been around a lot of great players in his day. And then you got like Bill Simmons, our ex colleague, saying, this guy is second coming of
people are saying he's the best guard prospect since
Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe, Vince Carter.
So, he's good. He's averaging 21 at Kansas as a freshman. He's the real deal. His jump shot he's got a nice jumper too, though. It's not bad. So that will improve.
And the same thing about him, you could say about all these guys, really, like Cam and AJ. Is like they looked ready last year.
Yeah, bro.
They could have been NBA players last year.
We
These guys
need
are different.
with NIL being a thing now, with NIL corrupting basketball as much as it is, these kids, if they're that good, just let them come out of high school. What are we doing here? What's the point? All we're doing is risking a year of one of these talents getting hurt. We knew AJ was going to dominate at BYU. What conference is he in? What the is he doing?
But at least if they're doing that 1 year and risking getting hurt, now they're getting paid, right? That's
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I know that. But if you're going to get paid anyways, why don't they just get paid top dollar and go to the league? Why is AJ playing at BYU? Cameron Boozer's having like 20 and 20 games. Get him out of college. Cooper skipped his senior year, went to Duke, and dominated.
He probably shouldn't have been there either.
shouldn't have been there. He absolutely, brother, he went to the Final Four. He dominated.
Yeah.
And they should have won the whole thing.
And looking at Concanepo becoming the Rookie of the Year candidate that he is, they should have won the whole thing. That's crazy.
Bro, their team was loaded. Bro, they
Tyrese
lost.
Proctor's been like a good second round
They also
pick.
were beating Houston's ass the entire game, and then Houston just snuck up and took it from them. That should have been
one of the most frustrating losses.
Oh my God, bro! I being a Duke fan, watching that game, I almost threw up. I mean, that was an easy. I know that should have been a championship. We would have played Florida in the final. Molly Wop would have beat them, no problem.
I'll say it would have been a good game.
Nah, man, we was smacking Florida, bro. We beating them, but regardless, hey, listen, they won. Hats off. Darryn Peterson, I see. Gilbert Arenas, I see. He doesn't have the explosion athletically as a Kobe. So those comparisons, when he said Kobe and Vince Carter, Bill Simmons, like they just doesn't have the same build. Those guys are like 6'8", too, 6'7".
But he is upper level athleticism, but just not the 1%.
No, yeah, that guy. Those guys are like he's that Anthony Edwards athletic guys.
Right.
He's skilled. So he's like, I put that prime Gilbert mixed with like a. I'm trying to think of another like. He's up top, ISO shifty, can pull up on a dime. There's not a lot of those guys that we have like that. Donovan Mitchell-esque, Eskish.
Yeah.
He's got that game. So I mean, he's there. His ceiling's high. He's Darryn Peterson's probably the most, in terms of that draft class, the most polished. I'd probably put him number one. Mikal Brown is a guy who's coming now into the fold, surprising a lot of people. I told y'all.
No, it's so funny because
I said it.
Even like that was like doing that against Kentucky in a rivalry game. The way he played, the way his highlight, everything about that game is like that was the wake up call. Like hello to America and everything like that. Obviously, you and a lot of people in Orlando have known about this for a while. His game. It's a pro game. Like,
bro, do you see him in the pick and roll?
Crazy. Yeah.
Do you see him in the pick and roll? This guy was
like dunking too, though.
This guy's dropping dimes, finishing and ones over top of 7 footers. Left hand, right hand. He had a left hand hook the other game before. People didn't miss. He like split it and hit it. Could shoot 3 feet behind the line, off the dribble. Can go right, can go left, and can pass with both hands. So I see him, and I see any high-level skilled point guard. So I look at someone like Mikal, and he doesn't have the size of like a Cade Cunningham, but he reminds me of Cade-esque, like just can do a little bit of everything. He doesn't have Cade's body and frame. He's not his size. He's smaller, but he's skilled and shifty. He's like a mix between like Cade Cunningham and Darius Garland. I don't know how to like.
Someone said it's like Halliburton without the quirkiness.
I don't see Halliburton. He's got way more ISO in his game. Like you get he hits like step back. Halliburton don't have a bag. His bag is through the team, the flow of the game. Halliburton's a great team point guard. He's a star through a team. If you put Halliburton on a really bad team and told him to go put up 30, you're in for a long night. He's not that type of guy. You put Halliburton on a good team, I don't know that many point guards who can run it better than him. You see what I'm saying? It's like Jason Kidd was great on really good. You put him on good teams, he's unbelievable. Put Jason Kidd on his own team, like, hey, we need you to average 25. Jason Kidd, like, that's not what I do.
But you know what Halliburton can do? He could be like the ecosystem of a team offense. Like, he's kind of like, all right, now that we have this quarterback, we can play a certain type of basketball.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's a system. I don't want to say a system guy, but he's great at that.
Yeah.
He is a good engine to drive a good team. He's the engine that drives our team. That's what Halliburton is.
Yeah, you're talking about Mikael Brown could give you that 30 ball that maybe
Mikael could go
Halliburton was more. It could do you like the 20, 15.
Yes, through a good team though.
Yeah.
You can put Mikael on a bad team. Mikael can go get you 40. You know what I mean? Like, just different.
The evolution too of him is like now he's like dunking with ease, which is
I didn't see that coming.
Else, yeah.
I didn't see that part where he started floating above the rim and punching like that. I didn't see that till he was on that USA team, and I saw him have some of those dunks. I was like, oh shit, this guy's really athletically starting to come into his own.
Right.
So I see a mix between, those guys. The problem is he shoots the ball so deep. The first person you go to is Steph. I don't like comparing people to Steph. It's just not fair. So I go to other guys. He's like a mix between a Trae Young.
Like a taller Trae, like Trae Young meets like what I saw one guy in the comments says, I think this is what Sean Livingston was supposed to be before he got hurt. Like it's just like a long
and that's why I said Cade, because Cade is a guy who can go either hand.
Yeah. This has been a big Cade podcast today. That's what happens when you put an Austin courtside for a 40-point triple-double.
Bro, I literally watched him play the other day, and my eyes were just like, I literally called my dad after that game, and I said, he's unbelievable. He's so much better than what anybody thought he was going to be, to the point where now he is by far, he's the best guard in the East. I wouldn't take another guard near him. He's that good. So, yeah, that's what I see with Mikael. So, again, look at these guys we're naming, these players. And, again, we haven't even touched them. There's many more guys we can name and run off on the list.
Caleb Willis.
This guy's averaging 23 as a freshman.
Nate Ament, who's, like, still so raw, obviously, friend of the pod.
Tennessee.
But, like, he's just – you could tell when NBA GMs are going to see him and be like, we're going to get that guy.
Of course.
Yeah,
he's going to be a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
So, you have those guys. The kid from Virginia Tech.
Well, I don't
know when the Luka Doncic is at.
What is that?
Who is that guy? Where's he from?
I don't know anything.
I don't like how easy he was making it look, and I don't like some of those moves. Who the is this guy? These Europeans are coming over here a little bit too.
Where is he from last year? I didn't know. We should have done some research on him.
We have to do an investigation on him.
Yeah,
something's not right. Something smells. He's too good. He doesn't look like
22 Jump Street is this.
He doesn't look like he needs to be in college either.
Yeah.
Some of these guys look like grown men and shouldn't be in college. So we need to just start. We need to let guys just go from high. NIL. They're already getting paid. Just let them go to the NBA. I wish I had that. Although I love my experience at Duke, so I don't take it back. But if you could go to the NBA at high school, I probably would have went. But again, what a draft class. So when we talk about Dallas and Clippers and some of these teams who are having bad seasons, it's like, some of these GMs, the Clippers don't have their picks, but some of these teams are having bad years are like, lights at the end of the tunnel, guys.
The Mavs were like, you know what? Let's just sink this ship early. I'm saying.
If you had like a bad start to the season, you turn on a college game, a lot of these guys are sitting there like, one of these guys could literally change our franchise.
Yeah. Next time CJ McCollum goes for 40, you're getting benched. Like, what do you think you're doing? How dare you?
They're 1-9. He could have a game or two like that. That team is, yeah. The Wizards, they actually do have some talented young players on their team.
Yeah, Alex Sarr's playing well.
I like Keyshawn George too.
Yeah.
Keyshawn George is good. He's going to be a hell of a player. And even Alex Sarr is getting better. He's got good hands. Has a really nice hook with his left shoulder. Needs to develop the other way. Going right shoulder, left hook. Those are like skills that like separate you. You know what I mean? Like Evan Mobley went from being good to all-star when he started being able to like finish with both hands. When you don't know what shoulder someone's doing, it's very hard to guard. You used to guard Al Jefferson. You didn't know which way he was going. You know what I mean? Like that's – talk about a name I just threw out there.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, there are a plethora, 8, 9 franchise changers.
Well, you know what's really cool about
which
this
is a lot
is the number one pick every year. It's like we knew Cooper was going to have it, or all these.
We don't know. I don't know who it is.
This is going to be like whatever team gets it. There's going to be a lot of pressure on them because that's a fireable offense if you miss. And then there's like, wait, you didn't get Cam Boozer, the guy that won 4 straight national championships in high school and that went to Duke, or you didn't get Darryn Peterson, who's this obvious prospect. It's almost like you don't want to get the number 1 pick. I'd rather go the 3rd. Let that amazing guy come to me at 3.
Not for real.
Like, you don't get like, fired or anything.
I'd almost pull a Boston and be like, we want this guy anyway. They're gonna take him. We'll trade you this. Let's pull a Fultz on Tatum type thing.
That's a great call. That's a great. This is the draft to do it.
I don't know if I want the number 1 pick. It's too much pressure. If I have the 3rd, I'm still getting a guy anyway. It's probably the guy I want anyway.
Right.
You can go ahead and take one of the. The safe bet for most people is taking AJ or Darryn.
Really?
I think Peterson or AJ are the
I would say Peterson and Boozer. They're
Really?
so safe. Boozer's like
he is like the safest guy.
I just feel like he's your starting power. If you draft him, it's like drafting Al Horford. He's your starting power forward for 10
right
years.
away. Yeah, right away. Yeah.
Just don't worry about power forwards for a long time.
I guess when I meant safest pick, I meant most understandable from a fan base.
Oh, like
AJ
Dybantsa is the number 1 pick. It's like the way Anthony Edwards was number 1 pick.
Yeah, it's like
highlights, fill the seats,
and if he doesn't play well, you can't fire me for taking AJ.
Yeah,
that's what I meant. Now, safest would be Cameron for sure.
Cameron Peterson, yeah.
Cameron or Peterson are the safest bets. But in terms of like a guy that you can't be blamed for taking number 1, it's like you take AJ Dybantsa number 1. If I get fired for taking AJ, it's like what the guys. This guy was. What are we talking about? Look at the shit he's doing. It doesn't even look real.
Let's say you're like the Brooklyn Nets and you really don't have any pieces. I'm like Mikael Brown would be the head of the snake like Kate is for the Detroit. Like
I would love a Mikael Brown.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, I would love a Mikael Brown.
Yeah.
Bro, if I'm like the Magic or something like that needs a part. Like, could you imagine him coming home?
I mean, the Magic hopefully aren't in that situation.
No, the Magic
just beat the Knicks last night.
Magic are
Double digits.
too good of a team. Too good of a team. Although
I have a question.
I'm not the biggest fan of their team.
I have a question. That Bane game winner, and it seemed like that like got them together, and you saw them celebrating, hugging, and then last game they came out, played their best game of the season. Does a game winner like that kind of bring everyone together?
One game can change the flow of a team.
Yeah.
One game can change everything.
Yeah.
To where everything starts snowballing the right way. They were like free falling there for a little bit. It's easy to point the finger when it's raining outside and everything's bad. Once the sun comes out and everything's light, it just feels better.
Yeah, you were talking about how winning changes things. You know, they're 5-2 in their last 7 games, and people were saying, do Paolo and Franz do they play well together? Like, and then they were talking about Bane. Was that a bad acquisition or Coach Mosley? And I was like, 5-2 in the last 7 games, everyone can relax for a little bit.
Everybody starts to breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
Everybody starts to come down.
Winning changes everything.
Winning changes everything. It's amazing the feeling of coming into the practice facility after winning a couple games in a row versus losing a couple of days in a row. It's just 2 different vibes, 2 different energies. Again, we just talked about it with Dallas. If they were 8-2, you think they fire Nico right now? No. But when you're down bad and you're losing and the crowd's saying stuff in rooms, and the next thing you know, like decisions are made. People start trying to find the reason. Even if there's not one, they'll make one. So now that they're winning, people are starting to be like, Magic are back. See, it's just that, hey, man, listen, winning here cures everything. It's better, but to the teams who are losing right now, where it's dark clouds, if you are a fan of the Wizards, if you are, Charlotte or whoever, I don't know how many teams are bad right now. I have to look at the depth chart of where teams are at. The light is at the tunnel because this draft class that's coming in is the best we've seen since like 2003. It's there. So next year is going to be unbelievable for the rookie class. I don't think I've ever been excited to go to like a summer league.
Oh, it's going to be great.
But next year's summer league is going to be lit. You have like 9 games you can go watch studs play. Like usually there's like 2 games.
Hopefully March Madness.
Like Cooper's game was sold out, and then after Cooper's game, like summer league died.
Right.
Next year, you got like 8 games you can go check out. You can go watch AJ play one game. You can go watch Cameron play. You can go watch Mikael play. You can go watch Caleb play. You can go watch, bro, the kid from Baylor's averaging 18. The kid from Virginia Tech, the foreign kids that putting up numbers. Bro, there's so many guys playing because there's a top. This is one of those draft classes. It comes every 10, 15 years, 20. We'll get one. This is one of those classes. So, very excited for that. And there's light at the end of the tunnel for some of these bad teams.